Hi folks, my name is Scott Poucher, and I help people just like you learn to deal with people who are calling in and being difficult or angry. It's something that I've done for many years. It was actually something early on in my life I struggled with. So I studied it and I learned it. And it doesn't mean that every day I'm perfect at it, but it is certainly something that I have come a long way. And it simply begins with these 3 simple steps of dealing with difficult people on the phone. The first one really becomes your responsibility. And that is, it is your responsibility to remain calm, to be in control, and to not escalate the situation. When you're dealing with somebody who's angry, when you're dealing with somebody who's difficult, the last thing you want to do is to escalate the situation. You don't want to throw dynamite on the situation by losing your temper back to them. That in essence is they're winning. So you don't want to do that. However, it can become an opportunity to take that higher road, to be in control, and to allow things to unfold in a more positive, calm, and soothing manner so that the situation can de-escalate. The second part of that is listening without speaking. Listening without speaking. I wanted you to hear that very clearly. Something that many of us struggle with as somebody who talks a lot, as somebody who talks a lot on the phone and talks with people. One of the hardest things that I had to learn was not to speak. And it is a fundamental power tool that you have. It is a foundational tool in this process. And here's how it works. Listen without speaking until the caller will actually say to you, "Are you still there?" And I cannot tell you if one thing that could help you in this situation is almost make it a game for yourself. If you're tempted to open your mouth, then see how long you can go until they actually say, "Are you still there?" Or "Are you listening?" Or something to that effect. And you'll always want to laugh. And given you probably just heard this diatribe of anger and frustration and bitterness, wanting to laugh can really be soothing for you. But it's important that they say to you, "Are you still there?" Or "Are you still listening?" And the reason for that is this next line. This is what I have found that I will say next. "Absolutely, I am here, but I wanted you to be able to say all the things that you felt were important. Was there anything else?" Again, shut up, stop talking, and what's going to happen? They're going to say more. They're going to go on and on and on, and this may go on for many minutes. Now, hopefully you're a supervisor, because in many call center environments, how quickly you respond and answer calls is tracked. But when you're dealing with an angry or difficult customer, hopefully your supervisor is understanding, because the longer you let them get it out, the third thing takes place. You're going to allow them to basically get it all out. And once they get it out, there is a process that takes place here, almost psychologically soothing to them. They have felt it's off their burden, it's off their shoulders, so that now the final step, this third step, is what is their end goal? Often they have just shared all this emotion, being upset, being unreasonable, being difficult, and now you're going to put them on the spot in essence and say, the following thing, whichever is appropriate in your application. If I could, and that's very important, if I could, what would make you happy? If I could, what would satisfy you? If I could, what would resolve this? If I could, what is your ideal outcome? That type of phraseology in whatever application you're dealing with puts them on the spot to clearly convey to you what they want. Many times, surprisingly to managers who have some authority, people will ask for less than what you are prepared to give them. And this is a great opportunity because if you can give them more, you've taken a negative situation and gone a long way to making it a positive situation. So this is where the golden opportunity is. You've allowed them to express themselves. You've allowed them to tell you what they want. And if they didn't get to the point and they get emotional again, follow the second step and allow them to get it out. Then bring them right back to the third step. And again, they may again lose it and not give you a clear answer. And then again, bring them back to the third step where at some point they're going to have to say what they want. Most of the time, what they're not telling you is, I just needed to yell at somebody. I just needed to get it out. I just was so upset. I was so emotional. Sometimes they'll actually tell you that. Now, I will be honest with you. There are unreasonable people out there that the end goal is never going to result in, how can I satisfy you? There are those people, shall we say, that aren't fully functional, and their elevator may not fully go to the top floor. But in reality, that is a very small number. Most of the time, if you follow these 3 very simple steps, the result's a positive one. And if you're not getting positive results, then I don't feel like you are exercising these 3 simple tools. And I hope this was helpful today.